BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing?
A man needs to be respected by his wife.
I was looking at Instagram. And that's kind of true. A man has to be respected by his wife. Obviously, we're still having a little bit of an issue today. We're just shooting the show. I know that y'all guys can hear me. And I guess that's the biggest part of what we're doing. This is more of a radio program than anything else today. So we're shooting our radio program today. So for everybody that's watching the visuals and it's looking a little bit choppy for y'all, I want to apologize about that. So just currently we're just going to be shooting it like it's a radio program today. So just keep in mind that I'm not going to be paying as much or my animation or what I'm doing. I'm going to be paying more attention to the words and what I'm saying because I know that you hear the words and I know that we're currently having an issue with our visuals over here, but we're going to have a show and that's what's going to happen. So first thing I want to say is this: shout out to homegirl that was at the Dunkin' Donuts today. So I go to the Dunkin'. I haven't been there in a while because of one, the weather, and two, we've been shooting inside, obviously, because we have our new setup and everything else. So we've been shooting inside. So I go to the Dunkin' Donuts and everything. And shout out to the lady that served me today because now I just want to make this clear. There are quite a few people in Coney Island me very nicely. The issue is always that I don't really get an opportunity to be in their circumference often because as soon as I come outside, these people are watching me in order to send people around me to create a situation with me so I can literally hurt someone and go to jail. And for the people that don't believe me, I'm going to show you proof real quick. So, because, everybody's saying paranoid. So I'm just going to show you proof. So they went on a different YouTube page and posted this in the comment section. Just want you to see. They went on a different YouTube page and posted this in the comment section. So basically, they are laughing because they know that they're sending individuals to me in order to try the situation. And basically their hope is that I injure the person by like stabbing them, shooting them in some manner, because their whole thing is they're trying to get me sent to jail. So how I keep telling y'all that? I keep saying that? And people keep trying to tell me I'm paranoid. I'm telling you what's going on. Anyway. I guess that's another I told you so situation, right? That's what I'm guessing. That's another I told you so. In any regard. Today, let's talk about Katt Williams. So shout out to the lady at the Dunkin' Donuts. That's where I was going with this. Because I really did appreciate the big smiles. And I came in, she knew exactly what I wanted, a blueberry muffin, big smiles, and it felt really warm this morning. So that was dope. Was really appreciated. All right, let's get to it. It was dope. Let's get to this Katt Williams thing. So I didn't get an opportunity to tell y'all what I wanted to talk about with Katt Williams is recent. So we're going to talk about Katt Williams. But I also just want to say who you're going to vote for, who you plan on voting for. Is it Biden or do you plan on voting for Trump? So far, we have 7 votes. We have 71% of the people saying that they plan on voting for Biden. And we have 29% of the people so far that just wanted to see the results. So we're going to see what that turns out like. Anyway, so I want to say something real quick about Katt Williams. First thing is this. He's been consistently saying the same thing all of these years. And while everybody is wondering what's behind me, it is the Sean Totaro Tekashi 6ix9ine book. That's the book that's behind me. So generally, if you see any book in our vicinity, it's probably this book. Shout out to Sean Totaro. He was with Complex when he was working on that book right there. He was working for Complex at the time. Shout out to Complex. Shout out to Sean Totaro. Anyway, he actually signed it for me. So, salute to the homie. He actually signed it for me. So shout out to Sean Totaro. Like, y'all hating on the wrong dude, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so I want to say something about Katt Williams. So Katt Williams has basically been saying these same things this whole entire time. This is not anything new. This isn't like something that Katt Williams did not say previously, and now he's saying it. This is basically what Katt Williams has been saying for quite a few different years. And I don't think he's 100% right about everything that he's saying, but I do understand the perspective in which he's coming from because he is on the outside. I do believe that many of the people that he's angry at are probably just victims of the situations and circumstances in which they made themselves a part of. Because what you have to understand is when you play with the devil, you lay with the devil. So a lot of times these individuals think that they're going to go over there and they're going to do this one little thing or they're going to do that one little thing. And then the next thing you know, they got you diddy locked. They got you in the diddy lock. That's where they got videos and everything else, or some kind of incriminating situation or circumstance that they intend to use against you in order to apply you to do the things that they want you to do. You understand what I'm saying? That's the diddy lock. So this is what's actually, I believe, is happening to a lot of these people. And that's why, first of all, RIP to, I don't know the name, but Smiley. Smiley. What's the Smiley guy that's the comedian? I don't even know the dude name really. I don't even know what movies he's in, but they say he plays a woman all the time. Anyway, that guy, RIP to his son. His son just recently passed away. He was doing a live, I guess, but he was live or he put up a video at some point. And during this video, he started crying. And there's people that think that he might be crying because of the situation and circumstances that just happened. But I think he might just be overwhelmed because he just also lost his son. And not everybody has the great family situations, but some people do. So we have to keep that in mind. So he might have just broke down because he had a son. But Ricky Smiley, appreciate you. But I want to be clear about something because there's something that I want to say about this. And I want this to be take this into consideration and pay attention. When speaking about somebody like Ricky Smiley, as far as I can tell, and this is just my opinion, I can be wrong. I can be 100% wrong. This is literally just my opinion. Hold on, I'm trying to do a thing. What the hell? Can I do that? This is just my opinion, all right? You just reminded me of something, so I had to pin a comment that I wrote earlier. Appreciate you, Free. So this is just my opinion. I'm not coming for nobody or nothing. But everything is turning in Hollywood now. Because the Me Too movement has burned out. Too many people used it incorrectly. The Me Too movement, I just want to be clear about this. The Me Too movement was important. Let's not make any bones about that. There were people that were taking advantage of men and women. Okay? The Me Too movement was important. Let's be clear on this. But what happened is it burned out because there was too many people using it incorrectly. There were too many people using the Me Too movement in a manner like what happened to Johnny Depp. You understand what I mean? You understand? There's too many people doing that. And it was happening at a great rate. And then the main thing, other than just that killed the Me Too movement, was Karen's. And I don't think people get that yet, but you will. In any regard. One of the things that people don't complain enough about is, you want to know the main reason why I'm tired of these black actors, specifically black actors wearing dresses in movies where they're playing female characters? Because they're taking away roles from black women. Do you understand what Regina Hall was just complaining about? Now pay attention to what Katt is saying. Do you really understand what Regina Hall was playing? And we're not Regina Hall. Who was the shorty? Not Regina Hall. I get them mixed up because they look like they sisters to me. They let Regina Hall. But they look like they sisters to me. They look like they sisters to me. I forget her name. What's her name? that was just upset with Oprah. What's her name? I forget her name. Anyway, she looks like her and Regina Hall look like they sisters to me. But do you understand what she was just complaining about? So that's why when I say the Me Too movement was important, but it was used incorrectly. The Me Too movement should have helped people like the individuals that were suffering in the Diddy situation as soon as it dropped, but it didn't. You understand? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's crazy when you're talking about conspiracy theories without talking about conspiracy theories. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. I'm beating around the bush about a whole different topic. Pardon me, but I'm beating around the bush about a whole different topic. Basically, and I don't want to say too much because it's basically is this. Every single thing in America right now is woman based. It was female based for about maybe 2.5 years after the Biden administration came about, and everything failed. Everything that they decided to make female based and they tried to take the male component out of it failed. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying this. One of the main reasons why the Star Wars franchise people are so pissed off is because of the Mary Sue problem they have right now. Look up what a Mary Sue is. If you look at the MCU, now called that the MCU. How did Biden get elected? Biden got elected because people wanted to have a black female vice president. Do you understand? What's the most, whenever they trying to create a situation or a reason in which why somebody should be favored nowadays, what's one of the main triggers that people use? And this is not an attack on anybody, but that gender shit. Right? Don't misgender me. Like, what the fuck? You recognize as a damn afro. How was I gonna figure that out? Like, I don't know. Like, how are you supposed to figure some of this shit out? People be like recognizing like as a damn cat. How am I gonna know that? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, like, how am I gonna know some of this shit? How? Your preferred freaking pronouns is obstacle. How am I supposed to guess that? How am I supposed to guess that shit? Somebody tell me. In any regard, so when I look at what Katt Williams is doing and what Katt Williams is basically saying, and it's because this is actually supposed to be a Katt Williams conversation. It's not straight too far. I already went way off the deep end. But what Katt Williams is actually conveying is that we need to start paying more attention to the very few. That's what we need to start paying more attention to. People are paying too much attention to the people that's in the big crowd yelling and screaming. Because for all of these years, y'all treated your man like he was like he was a good comedian. Your man, Steve Harvey. I never liked Steve Harvey. Not as a person, as a comedian. I don't know him as a person. But I never thought he was funny. I think his best work is on Family Feud when all he has to do is reactionary faces. That's his only responsibility, is to let y'all know when somebody else did something funny. That's it. I think that's his best work. Tell me where to lie at. I did not necessarily like the Steve Harvey show, but the few times that I actually watched it, I considered the child actors to actually be the best parts of the episode. I didn't think much of in relationship with homegirl that he was the principal, whoever she was supposed to be. That didn't look real to me. Also, we are lagging. So today, consider it as a radio show. I know that we can hear me. I know that we're not going to be able to see me well. So consider the show to be a radio show today. And then now to hear how many jokes he stole. So Steve Harvey not only wasn't good at telling jokes, but he was stealing the jokes. That's probably why he wasn't good at telling jokes. They weren't his jokes. Nobody knows your content like you, fam. They weren't his jokes. Steve Harvey was stealing jokes. Instead, the entertainer was stealing jokes. Another guy that I don't think is funny. How the hell are these guys the kings of comedy? I also don't think D.L. Hughley is funny. Only one of them I thought was funny was Bernie. Didn't think D.L. Hughley was funny at all. Not even a little bit. I think D.L. Hughley is extremely intelligent. Very smart man. I think that sometimes he tells jokes with the intent of it to go over people's head. And that's why sometimes it's not funny to me, because it don't go over my head. I just understand what's the irony supposed to be. And I think you should have just stayed and got the joke that was funny instead of trying to get the intelligent joke, which you succeeded at making it intelligent, just didn't succeed at making it funny. So that's usually my perspective of D.L. Hughley. He's an extremely smart guy. And I always think that it's pretty egotistical to name a show after you, unless the show is just great. So Cosby named the show after him. It was great. So, yeah, I got kind of a beef with that. The D.L. Hughley show, I didn't think that was so great. This guy, what's the other dude name that had the fake ass and do? Fuck it though, you know, women is doing it, but Steve Harvey, he had the Steve Harvey show, he had the D.L. Hughley show. These guys are egomaniacs, narcissists. You could have had a creative ass name, but instead you just named it after you. You ain't think he was gonna get another show. Thought that was gonna be the only show. Anyway, in any regard, don't know how those guys are kings of comedy. Shout out to Bernie Mac. They probably all got together, all three of them, like this in a huddle, and was like, "If we don't get Bernie in this, it ain't gonna work." There was no fucking huddle and shit like this. Yo, if we don't get Bernie into this, guys, I don't think this is gonna work. This is gonna fail. We gotta get Bernie. R.I.P. Bernie Mac, one of the funniest comedians ever. And if I had to choose somebody to help me in a roast fest, it would be him. It would be him, and then after him, it would be Richard Pryor. Copy. Richard Pryor's funnier, but he's a better roaster. Sheesh. Also, delivery is so important. So that's another reason why I just am not a fan of your man Steve Harvey. I think his delivery is just terrible. I think he just doesn't even know how to tell a joke. I'm just being honest with you. Just don't think he knows how to tell a joke. I think his delivery sucks. I think said the entertainer delivery sucks. I think they tell the joke like they don't know if it's funny. They like, I'm just trying this over here. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. That's all I'll be feeling. They're like, oh man, another miss. These guys are just striking out. In any regard. So Katt Williams said a ton of things. What I found funny is I haven't heard any of these guys necessarily saying Katt Williams is not telling the truth. I just heard them trying to come out and defend whatever they were trying to defend. And just so we could be clear, Steve Harvey, you did have a show that wasn't even derivative of another show. It was a complete copy and paste. So With that being said, you have a complete copy and paste show. You do routines. That's supposed to be one of your biggest routines on the King of Comedy. You stole other people's jokes. It was your time to try to shine, wasn't it? First of all, for everybody that don't know, and I knew this before Katt Williams said it, and the only reason why I knew this is because this was beef over this previously. That was Steve Harvey's show. Steve Harvey is the one that got everybody together. And the reason why I know this is because Steve Harvey, I said this to somebody else in the previous interview, so I know that Katt Williams is telling the truth when he's saying this. And why that's such a big thing is Steve Harvey got everybody together. I only saw one King of Comedy episode. I think Steve Harvey went last or some shit, or he was like, when he came on, anyway. So the point is that Steve Harvey, even though I don't like those other comedians, he's the weaker. Nah, Said the Entertainer is probably weak. I don't know. It's a toss-up between him and Said the Entertainer. But as terrible as D.L. Hughley is at comedy, as far as I'm concerned, I think his commentary is incredible. So his show is just going to be better than those other two guys' shows, just off the strength of that. Let's look at this Biden thing. I'm just talking about the Katt Williams situation. We got anybody in the chat that want to discuss it? Put something up. We got 25 votes so far. 36% said they voting for Biden. 16% said they voting for Trump. 15% said, yo, look, man, I ain't got time for this. 35% is like, yeah, I just want to see the chaos. I want to know all of the things. I don't want to be a part of the things, but I would like to know all of the things. So remember Shorty, real quick. I just want to say this here. Remember Shorty, I told you I was like, you know what? I'm going to unfollow her and shit. Anyway, I did unfollow her for a little while. That's delivery. Do you understand? This guy's terrible delivery. This guy's delivery is awful. It's absolutely awful. Mine's is awesome. That guy's it's awful. I don't know what to tell you. What up, Soraya? She says, Grand Rising, Brother Frost, peace and blessings. That guy's is awful. I don't know what to tell you. In any regard. So, so I followed Shorty back, right? So I was like, because I was still watching her story. She's really pretty. Like, her natural hair is like golden. Like, she's really pretty. Like, she's really pretty. And as far as I can tell, she has a really, really good spirit. Oh, there's this other chick, too. She got a really good spirit, too. Just got a good spirit. Like, it's like you can see it on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what to look for. Like, you know, good spirit. It's always a win. Anyway, it's always a plus when they're pretty also. That's all. That's just a plus, but really good spirit. That's always a win. Good spirit. Let's see if we got anything running. Anyway, so I went to her page and shit. I don't want to do. She's great. But good spirit. I seen her do something she ain't had to do. Really have to comment so hard. I think it's important for a man that has big aspirations to be with a kind woman. That's all. I think it's important. Really, really, really important. I think it's one of the most important aspects that a man with big aspirations could choose in a wife. A kind, patient wife. A kind wife, if she can't be patient. Because if you can't come home to if you come home to chaos, you don't want to come home to chaos, That's all. Not a knock on nobody else. We all got our shit we suffer with. We all got our shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a knock on nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. People get butthurt a lot when I say shit. And then they start making videos about me. They just be butthurt. I ain't even did nothing. I can't move the damn. I set the computer up bad today. I don't want to move. I don't want to pull the wire out. Shit right here. Well, that's like I got like a little desk over here where I keep my shit I need to grab quick. You know what I'm saying? All right. There we go. That's a little bit better. Bang. What up to the few? How you doing today, my brother? Hope everything is fine with you and yours. All right, so also everybody vote because I want to have I definitely want to have a conversation about Trump and Biden. So also, if there's anything else y'all want to chat about, put it in the chat. Oh, I want to say this real quick because we got still got a lot of Tekashi fans around here. I'm sorry I don't talk about the guy more. When he does more, I'll speak more about it. I know y'all want to hear about the shenanigans that he gets involved in, but a lot of the shenanigans he gets involved in is happening over there in Spanish-speaking situations, and my Spanish is not really good at the moment. But shorty that I'm interested in, well, one of the shorties I'm interested in, I think the other one is African, actually. Like, she's not American, that's for sure. Anyway, so one of the shorties I'm interested in, she's Puerto Rican. I'm pretty sure she's Puerto Rican, 100%. Like, because Puerto Rican, they got the curly hair, you know what I'm saying? And they like a lot of them are the more fair, Anyway, that's not here there. Anyway, I think she's Puerto Rican in any regard. So a lot of the shit that they be doing, the Tekashi shit nowadays is in Spanish. I don't have I'm not gonna sit there by Google Translate all day. We're not doing that. Just so we can be clear, we're not doing that. I'm not sitting by Google Translate all day. So if there was a way for me to have more of it translated for you, I'd have more conversation about it. But I'll say this much about Tekashi real quick. Allegedly, he broke up with his girl now. So now then, that's not a thing. I'm about to make me coffee in 2 seconds. I don't have no commercials for y'all today. We're actually not on StreamYard. If you are enjoying the show at any point, you could pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. We're not on StreamYard right now, so there won't be no commercials. You're just going to have to hear me walk over there and make me some coffee because that's what we're doing. Be right back. It's right here. You up some. What up, Zeph? Shalom. Hey, so here we go. Let's get back to it. Oh, for everybody that don't know, we still lagging over here, so we're doing it like a radio show more than anything else today. So what we doing? It's more like a radio show. So for everybody and can y'all please hit that like button? So we're doing it more like a radio show today. There's not much visuals for us today. There's no need for them because we're lagging at the moment. With that being said, let's get back to what we're talking about. I want to say something about Katt Williams, and I want to talk about it right now. What up, Smoking Rebel? Salute. I want to say something about the Smoke Rebel. I want to say something about, shout out to Smoke Rebel. I want to say something about Katt Williams real quick. Do y'all remember when that little kid, he got into that fight with that little kid? Y'all remember when that happened? Remember what I told you is happening to me, where people are sending people at me to have an argument and try to get into fights with me? When I told y'all about that? When that situation happened with Katt Williams with them little kids? Now y'all see why I be trying my hardest to avoid confrontation? Niggas be trying to line you up, fam. What y'all think would have really happened if he would have somehow got the advantage on that kid? They would have jumped on his ass. All of them kids over there would have started whooping the shit out of Katt Williams. Shout out to Arctic D Glass, salute. All of them kids over there would start whooping Katt Williams' ass, fam. He was in a no-win situation. Let's keep it a stack. Now, another thing I want to mention about Katt real quick, because pay attention. What you have to understand is when you're a person that's willing to tell the truth, there's a couple of things that they're trying to do to you when you're not going to say what they want you to say. One of the things they want to do is discredit you, make you look like you're crazy, make you look like you on a drug, like you're a drug addict, make you look like you don't have whatever your morals is, they attack them, right? I don't remember why him and the kid got in the fight. Whatever their morals is, they attack them. You understand what I'm saying? Like whatever it is. Right? So pay attention. What's one of the things they did to Katt Williams? Called him a junkie, called him a drug addict. Only thing we know Katt Williams to do is smoke weed and drink alcohol. What else do we know him to do? Like, I live out here in Coney Island. They try to tell people that I fucking smoke crack. I live in Coney Island. There's not no crack dealer out here that's going to tell you I got anything from them. None. So how the fuck am I smoking crack? Do you understand what a lot of people just lie? You understand? Hold on, let me get my fucking coffee. And I don't go around anyone. So you can't say I'm getting it from anyone. I don't go around anyone. I don't talk to anyone. So they can't. Interesting. Pour you some more water. So what did they do to Katt? They just lied on him because they didn't want people to listen to what he had to say. There's a reason why I mentioned the Me Too movement in the beginning of the chat, in the beginning of the video. They lied to us. They tried to tell everybody Katt was on drugs. Why is that? They didn't want people to listen to what Katt had to say. Why is that? Why is that? Why didn't they want us to listen to what Katt say? Paying attention yet? Okay, I'll break it down to you. Easiest as possible. Why is Katt Williams so free to talk right now? What's happened in the last couple of months that make it so Katt Williams is so free to talk right now? That he could feel like he could talk right now without getting attacked? Y'all paying attention? I was talking about the Me Too movement too. It sounded like when I was talking about the Me Too movement in the beginning, like I was just saying shit, like it wasn't going nowhere, right? Like, why the hell was Jack Frost talking about the Me Too movement? Why? Why would he be talking about the Me Too movement? Why do you think Katt Williams feels so free to be able to speak on this shit right now? Two things happen. The first thing was this. Do y'all listen to what dude said when, I forgot who it was, and I'm not saying what he's saying is the truth, but he came out and he basically said that there's a black boule, right? I'm not saying that any of this shit is true. I'm saying that there's a guy that came out and he said this shit. And basically he said that there's people that's a part of this boule, right? And it basically encompasses all areas of entertainment and everything like that, right? Like everything. It's everywhere, right? All of these guys. And he just starts naming people. I'm not naming people because I'm not even saying that the thing exists. I'm just saying that the person said this. So a person I will say that he said that was on the list, because when he was talking about this, he mentioned this person's name specifically because this is what the topic was about, was Sean Diddy Combs. What did he just get attacked with? Random other thing. Random other thing. What did the dude that played Kang just get attacked with? Now ask yourself why I put that post up there about who's your president. Figured it out yet? I'm going to tell you what the problem is that we have in America. Probably just on Earth. I'll say on Earth. I won't even say in America. I'll say on Earth. The problem is this. People will say, that thing right there is bad. I know that that thing right there is bad. Nobody should be doing that thing right there. Right? And then a situation will transpire that makes them one of the people that is currently now doing that thing right there. And do you know what people do? Instead of stop doing that thing right there and say, oh man, let me catch myself. You know what they do instead? They make excuses. Why this one time it's okay. Any other time it would have been bad. So we all agree the crimes that Diddy is being accused of is terrible. Right? Universally agree that. And at the same time, we universally agree that what happened to dude that Jonathan Majors doesn't look like it was so fair. That's two different spectrums of the Me Too movement being used. Who's the people that's currently president? Because the Me Too movement got those people elected. So we could agree that the Me Too movement is flawed. We could agree that that whole way of thinking is flawed. And at the same time, as evidenced of our poll, we have many people that while they agree that something is wrong and they're against it, they'll still vote in favor of it. Arta D Glasses, hey Frost, you heard what Katt said about the Tory situation and made it simple. Put it in the chat. I didn't get to that part. I tried to march most of it. It must have been, I didn't get to that part. Put it in the chat. I love to hear it. I love to discuss it specifically. So, a couple of things I want to say real quick. Staying back, trying to stay on this particular conversation with Katt Williams. I believe Katt Williams feels free to speak out right now because the people that was going after him are currently being attacked, and they don't have the option to go after him. So now the people that he actually have beef with, they got to handle him on their own. Did you hear about what he said he wanted to do with your man, Kevin Hart? He was like, yo, Kevin Hart, I'm going to be in your city, which is Philadelphia. And he said, yo, we could go on the stage. You could put a basketball court on the stage. We could put a mic on the stage. We said like 5 things. And then he was like, and we could all go and do the show could just be us competing in these different things for $1 million. He was like, I got $1 million. He said, and when you pull up, don't pull up with none of your white people. Pull up with just you. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Does he mean pull up with your own money, or does he mean don't pull up with the? I don't know what that means. RD Glasses, basically, he said since Tory didn't speak. Yes, he said the same thing I said. We talked about that. Thank you for reminding me. He said the same thing I said. That we basically live in a society that when something happens, somebody has to be found guilty. We live in a society where we believe that when something happens, somebody needs to be found guilty. So if he was going to try to create or prevent her from being found out, then yeah, he was creating a situation where he wasn't going to be covered. And that's what I said. Remember? I said from the rip, I would have told on that chick, she would have got told on, fam. We not playing no game. We're not playing none of those games. We playing 0 of those games. I'm not playing none of those games. I'm not playing with you. I'm not going to jail because you decided to pull a gun on homegirl. I'm not going to jail for that. I need to put a little bit more coffee. I'm not going to jail for that. I'm not mad at nobody else that chooses to, though. Give me 1 second. But I'm not, with all due respect. And what else did I tell y'all? The worst thing that could happen for her is if he go to jail. Didn't I tell y'all that? I said that, didn't I? And what happened? He went to jail and everybody in the industry turned their backs on her. Now tell me where I've been wrong so far. I've been giving y'all gold, fam. I've been giving y'all gold. What did I tell y'all? The worst thing that could happen for her if he get found guilty. He got found guilty. What happened? The industry turned their backs on her. The sponsors are still there because they got money invested. But who does you see her working with? Before this, she was working with everybody, wasn't she? Tell me where the lies at. I'm gonna let that cool off some. Tell me where the tell me where the lies at. Fam, I'm better than consistent if you ask me. Yeah, I guess if you ask me. I should think that. Oh man, shout out to Homegrown at Dunkin' Donuts this morning. Shout out to Homegrown at Dunkin' Donuts this morning. I really did appreciate that. Show Mexican lady, just I really appreciate it. There's a lot of people in Coney Island that actually likes me and they're good people. It's just that what happens is when they're standing here, the people that mean harm to me come stand closer to me. You understand what I'm saying? So, this is just one of those times that I was able to engage with a good person without those people trying to get in between me and the good person. It's one of those times. It's dope. I don't really want to go outside for the rest of the day. I don't want to ruin the day now. Let's get back to what we're talking about. So, yeah, that's what I said. But hold on. Arthur D. Glass, didn't I tell y'all that though? And just so we can be clear, Katt Williams is saying that, and Katt Williams says that he buys information from people on other people. I'm going to say that again. During that interview, do you remember the part where Katt Williams basically said he buys information about people from other people? So now he's saying that also. What did I tell y'all before anybody? Before anybody said anything about anything or knew what was going on, I told the world that freaking Kelsey shot the damn gun. That's a fact. The video is up and the date on it is before anybody else's date of saying it. Because I said it first. Fam, I've been giving y'all gold. People just been telling y'all it's dust. People that's been telling y'all it's copper. I've been giving y'all gold. Yo, how does everybody feel now that you know that Steve Harvey's been wearing a wig? Like that whole entire time he had like that hairpiece on. Like, how does everybody feel about that? Like, because he's always talking about being a confident man. I would think that that's the opposite of confidence, right? Like, Right? Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, though. I don't think I'm wrong, though. So are men, who does he give advice to in dating anyway? Does he give advice to men or did he give advice to women? I'm curious. Because I was never quite sure who he's giving the advice to. Because he's a man. And most of his advice is for other men to be simps. So I'm not sure who he's giving the advice for. Anybody know? Put it in the chat. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is he giving the advice for? Anybody else know? Because I don't know. Y'all ready to talk some Trump Biden? Y'all ready to talk some Trump Biden? Or do y'all got a couple of more things y'all want to discuss on this Katt Williams that y'all want to ask me specifically? But I'm ready to move over to Trump Biden, or we can talk a little bit more about this Katt Williams. Anything you want to ask me specifically? Also, we are lagging today, so consider this a radio show. You just got visuals by accident. I really need to start doing voice work. Like I need to call up them cartoon people, and I need to do voice work. That would be incredible. Is that it? All of the Incredibles. Shorty is fine as shit right here. I ain't gonna lie. It's too early for me to show this photo though. She's in the underwear. Fam, I know how to deliver a joke. People be just trying to say the same thing that I say because they be like, I'm just gonna say the same thing Fro said. It's gonna be funny. And they don't know how to deliver a joke. I'm like, you're ruining all my material. You want to know what you're doing? I'm gonna tell you what you're doing. You're Steve Harvey and me. You're taking all my good material and you're turning it into bad material. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Any particular reason why you're just deciding to turn all of my good material into bad material? Any particular reason? I turn all my good material into bad material. It's Steve Harvey and me. Oh man. Anyway, I was doing a thing for a second. Not just stealing jokes, but stealing jokes and then telling them bad. Hold on. Y'all ready to talk about Trump and Biden? I want to talk some politics. We ain't talked politics in a long time. But since I was just over here, and I mean, I didn't mean to look at the girl in the underwear. This one I'm gonna see if the other chick posted it. Nah, she hasn't. I'll be just watching to see if she posted this shit. She's a cutie. She got like such a nice spirit. So I like looking at her. What was I thinking? I was doing something. Oh, we're going for the Bible. So they gave us Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24 to 25. I guess I'll read as usual. We'll read the easy 24 to 25. We'll read the easy. And then after we read the easy one, and then we'll look at the King James Version. This is basically about how we must continue to trust God. We should think about how we can help one another. We should think about how we can help one another. We want everyone to show love to each other. We want everyone to do good things to help one another. Some people have stopped meeting with a group of Christians, but that is not good. We should all continue to meet together. We need to help one another to be strong and brave. That is now even more important because the Lord's great day is coming. You know that the Lord will return soon. Interesting. Primarily because I'll talk about this in 2 seconds. We're going to talk about the situation that happened in Florida with the aliens, quote unquote aliens. We'll talk about it in a minute. I'm going to read the King James version of this real quick, and then I would love to, we're going to have a conversation real quick about the situation that happened in Miami concerning the aliens, quote unquote aliens. So this is Hebrews 10, chapter 24, 25. Chapter 10, verse 24 to 25. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So we should be encouraging love in one another. We should be encouraging good works in one another. What's one of the things that I keep saying that the devil is going to do? The devil comes to you and encourage you to do what? To do bad things to one another. The devil will come to you and say, see, that person's a bad person. Help me do this thing to them. Help me hurt them that way. We're not supposed to think that way. We're not supposed to move that way. That's just not what we're supposed to do. And once again, that's one of the things that we preach over here, damn near every show, pardon me, but every show, that's one of the things that we preach. Is that not? And once again, there's something that we preach over here consistently and on a consistent basis. It says it directly here in the Bible. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. And what do we say after every show in the morning? Go out there, do something good in God's name. And not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. So something we're not supposed to do is try to deter other people from helping people. Like, we're not supposed to say, don't help that person. Like, this is what the Bible is saying, fam, not me. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, coming together in unity. We're not supposed to forsake that. That's something that we're supposed to want as the manner of this, but by exhorting one another. We're not supposed to come together to do harm. We're supposed to come together to uplift each other, to speak positively about each other, to encourage one another into positivity, into the Lord's arms. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And we're supposed to be doing that because as we see the day approaching, what's the day? What day do you think is the day? In Jesus' name, in Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. So I just want to say, I just am always trying to explain that there's things that I just can't agree with because it goes against principles that I agree with. So often when y'all in the chat and you thinking I'm just disagreeing with you because I'm just, whatever. I'm probably just disagreeing with you because it goes against a principle of mine that I hold strong to. That's probably just it. And when you push against that principle, to me, I feel like you're attacking my faith. And then when I explain how you're attacking my faith and you keep attacking my faith, then I feel like you're directly attacking God. So I get it. Often people want to be the victim when they come into the chat and they talk crazy and then I reply. But you want me to accept correction in many places and many times when the correction should be accepted by you. How often do people come in here and tell me something I honestly don't know and I accept it? How often do people come in here and say something and I might not know it and I ask them for clarity? Just saying. I think those are things that happen often. If we're going to ever be honest about what happens over here at the BBN. What else y'all want to discuss? Put it in the chat. We're 54 minutes into the show. Let's talk about some Trump and Biden real quick. I'm gonna talk about Trump and Biden unless there's anything else y'all want to speak on this. But like I said before, yes, the man Tory Lanez was supposed to tell on Kelsey. Everyone knows. Didn't I tell you everyone knows that Tory Lanez didn't shoot her? I told you that, right? I said that, right? I believe I told you that. Everyone knows that Tory Lanez didn't do it. Everyone knows this. I told you that, right? That's like a common thing. I told you that, right? I think I told you that. How many people came out so far? Because I know how I found out what happened. So that's how come I know people know. Happened? And what happened to her career. So I just want to throw that out there. That's another thing that I was right about. Remember, people was like, no, she's gonna be fine. Screw Tory Lanez. And then the actual shout out to Made in Mexico. Shout out to Fluff Jones. The event that we went to the other night was dope. I'm trying to get all of our graphics and everything together. Because I'm gonna start making a show out of it, like some of the things that we've done previously. So shout out to that. So we will be having a show that's going to be called Made in Mexico. That's going to be named the show because that's all of whatever we shoot in that particular location. And if I start shooting in a different location, then I'm going to create a show there by the name of whatever that location is, 9 times out of 10, depending on how I deal with the people, how the people there deal with me. You know what I'm saying? If it's a good scene. You know what I mean? Good scene, good scene. I don't want to ever promote anything that isn't good. Okay, so that's bananas. Just saw something crazy. We got anybody in the chat today? Anybody? We got 54 people in here. Can anybody comment, or is everybody just scared to comment? Blueface now owes $14 million in Vegas shooting payout. Interest occurring. He's never going to be able to pay that. I mean, interest accruing, pardon me. He's never going to be able to pay that. Blueface is never going to make enough money to pay that. I promise you, he's not. He's never going to be able to pay that $14 million. Never. So that means that he's not going to never own his identity. He just works for other people forever. See why you got to be smart? See why I'm not trying to be out here getting into nothing with nobody? These niggas own Blueface forever now. Like, you honestly think Blueface making 5, 6, 7 million a year? Even if he was making 5, 6, 7 million a year, he still don't have the money to pay that. You think he's making that much? I promise you, Blueface is not making 5, 6, 7 a year, fam. A year, even if he was making that much, he's not going to be able to pay that off. You understand? You understand? So even if he was making that much, he's not going to be able to pay that off. That's still not happening. It just ain't happening. It just ain't happening. What up, Derek? He says, what do you think about the report saying teenagers fighting in the mall down in Miami? I never seen so many cops for a fight. Okay, so no, I don't think teenagers was fighting in the mall. For everybody that don't know, there was a situation that just recently happened down in Miami where there was a mall and the cops were basically saying that there was a whole bunch of teenagers fighting in the mall. But eyewitness reports say that they saw giant aliens is what they described them as. You know, they didn't know what they were. They just said, you know, anything that we don't know what it is factually alien to us. So they called it aliens. What I think happened is this. So I think it was most likely hologram technology. I think they're trying to manifest something. See, the way that I think energy works is like this. Whenever you get a lot of people together that uh, are thinking the same thing or directing their energy in a specific situation, that means you can make things happen. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever you get a group of people together and they're focusing their energy to do something, you can make things happen. So that's why I keep trying to express to y'all, y'all have to stay away from these hate organizations. You have to. You understand? You just have to stay away from these hate organizations. That's for your own soul. That's for your own shit. Project Bluebeam, salute J Mac. That's for your own situation. That has nothing to do with who. That has nothing to do with the person that's being hated on or the situation that's being hated on. That has everything to do with you. You have to stay away from those situations where people are just sitting around in a circle talking about how much they hate something. So Derek says there was like 100 cops outside. It was crazy. So this is what I believe happened. What I think is going on is this. The cops were just there to make sure that people didn't get close enough to the situation to see that it wasn't what it was allegedly supposed to be. I wouldn't be surprised if the cops didn't even know what was going on. Because remember, the more people know about a secret, the worse it is, right? So I don't even think the cops knew what was going on. You understand what I'm saying? The more people know about a secret, the more of a chance it is to get out, right? I don't think the cops knew what was going on. Just being honest with you. I think often when situations happen like this, people just assume everybody was in on it. You understand what I'm saying? That's not always what it is. You understand? That's not always what it is. First they said it was a fight, then they said it was a riot. They just... So I don't think it was anything. Because I don't think aliens... I think that if we saw it's something that was an actual alien to us, it wouldn't be what an alien is. What it in reality would be is an angel. And so the images of what we allegedly were supposed to have been seeing is not what the Bible depicts angels to look like. So I just think it's fake. Copy? Also, God is God. Who isn't to say that God got different worlds, that he has different beings living on, and that could have been one, because that's going to be an argument that people are going to put up, right? They said that no, this was, he was at the beginning of this universe. It doesn't necessarily say that this was the first universe he was at the beginning of, correct? So I don't know if anybody else ever think like that, but I do. So even if we take that perspective, why would whatever that is be there, and why would it be blinking in and out like it was said to have been doing, flashing like it was there 1 minute, the next minute it wasn't, and it looked like a shadow? It sounds like holographic projection, probably set against dust in the air, which is possible, or light. If you make enough radiant light, like if you could have an area where there's enough radiant light, and that shouldn't be too difficult, in a place where there is the outside setting. You know what I'm saying? Project Bluebeam is a project, basically what I explained, where they can shoot where they can shoot holograms into our atmosphere and shit like that, and make it look like there's aliens up there and there's nothing up there. It's all a hologram and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they doing that in order to be able to cause or it's a manipulation tactic. You understand what I'm saying? Like, one of the things that the Democrats are always trying to do is keep us scared, right? So every time they're trying to get us to do anything, they got to get us scared of something, right? That's how they motivate us. How do the Republicans motivate us? The Republicans motivate us by telling us they're gonna make it better, right? So the Republicans say we're gonna give you more freedoms, right? I'm just being honest. That is what happens, right? That is what happens, right? J Max is just a thought. The sight of aliens, and I'm just speaking about two different things. So at the same time, so my apologies for getting caught up like that. J Max is just a thought. The sight of aliens and people panicking could have caused people to take advantage of the situation and riot. Yeah, I mean, I would assume a riot would immediately break out once aliens is involved on some Mysterio-ish. That's a fact, New Jersey. Or you could just, what do you think they was perfecting when they was doing the Tupac holograms and all that shit that they had out like 10, 15 years ago? What did you think they were perfecting? I'm curious. What did y'all think they were perfecting? You thought that was really just for entertainment? Y'all know there is nothing that we use damn near that wasn't created from an idea of damn near war. Even video games were created. So the first video games were created to help people practice in the military without getting in situations where they would, or test and train people without putting them in situations where their lives would be in jeopardy, or where they would, have to be spending a whole bunch of money on ammunition and shit like that left and right. Y'all do know that, right? Like almost all technology that exists right now, damn near. I'm not talking about like even a lot of the modern conveniences, like microwaves and shit like that. Where do you think this stuff come from? Most of this stuff was created because they was trying to do some kind of war. They was like, we got a war. We need more weapons. Just to be mindful. Where do you think they get the money to be able to why do you think in most of these movies where you got some genius creating some shit, it's for the government, and they always think it's for a good reason, and then they get to the end, the government kill them, and then they use it for nefarious purposes. Y'all really think that's just in the movies? Didn't y'all hear about that plane that went down like 15 years ago or 20 years ago or some shit that's supposed to have all of those doctors that had the cure for AIDS? Do y'all forget that happened? But we don't even know where the plane is at now because nobody found it. Do y'all remember that plane? Go look it up for the people that think I'm capping. Y'all remember that plane? It's like, sheesh. Go look it up. The people that think I'm capping. So yeah, nah. What you think? All this, they done perfected that technology, fam. Just like they perfected that Ethan Hunt facial technology right in front of our eyes, and we don't even know it. They perfected a lot of those technologies, fam. Just so you know. Do you want proof that they perfected that technology? How do you think they making the face for these damn robots? How do you think they making the faces for these robots? You know the fake ass robots that they got out there where you can see it's a damn robot, but they got the real face? It's the same fucking tech, part of my language. It's the same technology, fam. Sometimes I just feel like I have to like qualify some of the stuff that I say because I know it'll be out of left field. I know it'll be out of left field, so sometimes I'll be like, I'm gonna qualify this shit. Because like generally when I come to a decision, like I use so much different information. Like I don't just come to a decision based on this. I come to a decision based on this, and that. So I generally just choose one of the reasons, and it's probably like 20 or 30 different reasons, but I generally just choose one of the reasons so you can understand what I'm saying. Same technology they used for the Tupac hologram performance a few years ago. That's a fact. That's when they were perfecting it. That's when they were perfecting it. They have a whole band, I heard, that's just a holograph band. Like, you go pay tickets to see these guys and everything. You go to a physical place, you can't even bang them. They're holograms. Anyway, my fault, y'all. So yeah, so I think at least I heard about this band. I mean, maybe I heard some misinformation, but allegedly I heard about that there's this actual band that people go pay actual tickets to go to an actual arena and see them play, and they a whole damn hologram. The whole band. So go figure. I don't know what to tell you. People be asleep because we be too busy hating on each other. You understand? We be too busy oppressing each other. We be too busy hating on each other. Like, fam. Check. I'm gonna show you how bad it is. Let me show you how bad it is. They be in Dubai. Oh, that's how. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I don't even know. So you know who I'm talking about? What's their name? Fam. Because I gotta mention these people every show. So I gotta mention these people every show. It's time to mention them now. So we gotta do better, just as a people. Every person should be able to go outside and go about their business without being stalked. This is one of the individuals that's behind me personally being stalked. This guy right here. I don't know why he's stalking me. All I do know is that there's these two crackheads right here. And right here, I haven't seen them to get better pictures yet. And I know they stalking me. So we live in a world that people just prefer to just do the most evil thing they can think of. That's literally the world that we live in. We don't live in a real world. We don't live in a world where people treat people with kindness. We don't live in a world where people want good things for others. We live in a world where there's some good people out there, but the Satan is working overtime. And if you're not ready to work overtime for God, you playing yourself. Satan is out here working overtime, fam. Fam, check this out. For everybody that don't know, check this out. I have a... Remember how I keep telling you they sending these dudes up to me so something bad could happen? I literally had one of these guys go to a page and basically confirm it. That he went to some artist page, right? Artist D Glass page, I say who. And he went to the page because basically confirming that they're sending homeless people at me in the hopes that something happened, like I stabbed one of them or one of them get hurt. You know how evil that is, fam? You sending people to come harass me in hopes that I injure them badly? Do you understand how evil these people are that this crackhead and that dude that I just showed you is working with? These niggas is just evil, fam. Just evil. Imagine that being your mindset. I'm going to keep paying homeless people to go harass this person until he kill one of them or until he injure one of them. Ha, ha, ha. That's so funny. It's a prank. Shout out to Team Moto Productions. Salute. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. I know that you're recovering at the moment. If we would have had fucking StreamYard up, I would have called you up here, but we don't got StreamYard up today. Hopefully we'll have StreamYard up soon. For anybody that's trying to help us get StreamYard up immediately, you can always pull up to the Cash App. We could use Cash App or the PayPal. We could always use support. If we had more support, StreamYard and everything else will already be up. But, you know, I'm scrambling over here to get support to make sure that we can run everything appropriately. It is what it is. Same technology. They be in Dubai. Yeah. So I don't really know about that. I don't. Do anybody know the name of that band? I'm curious. In any regard, so there was a sighting of what people call aliens. They said they were super tall. People was running. Police called it a riot. Police said that there was some teenagers fighting. And just so we can understand it from the police perspective, the police could have just thought teenagers was fighting because they saw everybody running. They could have just not even have known what happened. They just saw everybody running and was like, it's a riot. So, and just to be fair to the police, we don't know what the fuck they saw. Like, and at the same time, you know, the police probably saw what everybody else saw, but they, you know, y'all can't reveal this shit. Maybe some of them guys is like, they don't want to reveal it. Maybe they scared. Maybe they like, I need this job. This is Florida. You get out of work in Florida, you're going to have to, you know, it gets bad. So, you know, you don't never know. Once again, that is Florida. T-Moto said, we in some wicked times for us. It's best to stay out the way. We in spiritual warfare. That's a fact. Why you think they keep sending them? Why you think they keep sending them people after me, fam? You hit it, you hit the nail dead on the head. That's why the only people that pull up and show me any support at all be people that mess with God. Understand that. I'm not saying that, like, if you don't support, you don't F with God. I'm saying the only people that pull up that support is people that F with God. People that really spiritual people. Those be the main people that support. I got this one particular person who is a big part of the BBN and support like out the wazoo. This person is not even a believer in the Most High, but this person is spiritual out the wazoo. And I don't even think they understand how spiritual they are. And I'm just talking about from the receptiveness of the things in which I've seen a person be around. And I don't even think they understand how spiritual they are. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, we are in a spiritual warfare, fam. At 100%. Why you think that they're constantly trying to disrupt my peace? Why do you think one of the most profitable things on the internet right now is being able to disrupt other people's peace? Satan is paying for it right now. When I've been telling you these people are evil, I'm not capping, fam. A lot of y'all been helping evil people, fam. People that are straight up just evil. Don't got no God in them. Y'all been helping them. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let's talk about the survey. Appreciate that, Team Moto. So we got 55 votes at the moment. We got Biden at 29%. We got Trump at 29%. We got 15% that said that they would not vote. And we have 27% that said we just want to see the results. We want to see the chaos. So that's what we have right now. Right now, Trump and Biden is running neck and neck. Let's have a conversation about that. Who y'all got? Anybody that want to weigh in? Who you got, Trump or Biden? I was going to put well, I put not vote, and I thought that was fair because I personally would find it so difficult to vote during the first election specifically to vote for either which one of these candidates. Now, if I was to vote, I would have to vote for Trump because Biden has done such a terrible job that it's like we have to remove him. And he's done such a terrible job. I don't think we can vote Democrat at all. Period. Whether he runs again or not, he did such a bad job that we need for an administration that's going to come in and undo everything that he was doing. You get it? So we need a Republican, not necessarily Trump. But we need somebody that's going to go into the office with the explicit purpose of redacting a lot of the bullshit or removing a lot of the BS that Biden has done, because he's done irreparable harm to America in a myriad of different ways. Just due to the fact that we have so many countries joining the BRICS money movement situation. Just because of that alone, he's done irreparable harm. Like, this stuff can't be fixed, fam. You get it? He created a situation that is just pushing us towards nuclear war. For the people that don't get it, this administration is pushing us towards nuclear war. For those that don't get it. So I just can't vote for Biden. I can't vote for a Democrat. I just can't do it. We need somebody that's going to go in there, and there's so many policies that need to be removed. All of that shit that got to do with the LGBTQ in damn schools, all that shit got to be removed. And then we got to make rules, making sure that that shit ain't ever possible again. Period. All of that, teaching the kids about their sexuality and taking the parents' rights away from them and all that shit got to go the way of the dinosaur, fam. So yeah, I'm voting Republican if I vote. Period. There is no Democrat that I will vote for. Just off the strength of that alone. No other reason. Just that one. T-Moto said, I vote for Trump mainly because he wanted to protect the border and was the only president to enact laws to go after the child sex traffickers, which is a big business. Also, might I add, if this is the wild part, this is the part, thank you for bringing that up. This is the part, listen and pay attention. So who is Trump really wanting to put the wall up there to guard against? Because as soon as the Democrats got into office, what did they do? They put more money into the wall. So what was Trump really wanted to put the wall up for? So now I'm going to say something. Pay attention. So remember those concentration camps that they found that started under the Obama administration, that's all along the freaking border? They're ICE containment centers for children where people are coming to the border with children. They're separating the children over here, putting the adults over here, shipping the adults all the way to a whole nother state, and then keeping the children at the border in these concentration camp type situations. Y'all heard about that, right? That happened during the Obama administration. So now I asked you, what do you think putting that wall up was for? And why do you think the Democrats were so against the wall going up? This is what I mean by sometimes people don't be paying attention. So that war was big business. That war, I believe, was to stop human trafficking of children. So now I'm about to say something that's even bigger. Listen and pay attention. Why there's so many men coming across the border with no children? So the people that's making it to the border are mostly just men. The women aren't even making it, fam. These women are getting, I don't even want to go into it. But when you're in another country, it's so important to have a man around, a big, strong man. Women in America just don't get it because of these laws that we have here that are supposed to protect. But when you're in a lot of these other countries, what up, classified things? When you're in a lot of these other countries, I promise you wouldn't be running around just talking about you're going to be a single independent woman. I promise you that is not going to be what your mission is. That's detrimental to your life and your existence. Just going to be clear on this. A lot of those countries in South America specifically. Because that's what I'm talking about, obviously, South and Central America. So what do y'all think is happening? So this is supposed to be a sanctuary country with sanctuary cities and all that. So why is it basically just men coming through? Because I believe the children are making it to the border. I believe these men are stealing children from women, possibly in some situations killing the woman on the way, and then giving that child to the person at the border. And that's their entry fee into America. That's what I believe is happening, because that's what was going on before. Pay attention to what these dudes are saying. That's what was going on before. Trump wanted to put the wall up. One of the reasons. It's to stacked. It's to stack for the Dems. We in an election year. Yeah. It's to stack the cards for the Dems. We in an election year. Yeah. I would just not vote Democrat. I just couldn't do it. It's too many policies that the Democrats enacted in the last 3 years need to be redacted and removed. Need to be absolutely destroyed. And then policies need to be made to make sure that those things can never happen again. Just too many. In my opinion. Too many. So I'm just against anybody voting for Democrat. We have to get Republicans in the household, in the presidencies, just in the fucking politics in general. Shout out to the Me Too movement for screwing us all over. Y'all gave too much power to women. That's what happened. Everybody decided that it was a woman's world, and then now look what happened. Tell me where the lie's at. Tell me one thing that I'm saying right now that's wrong. They turned all of our movies female-based. Now, all of a sudden, we don't like the movies no more. And the proof of that is there's only one MCU movie coming out next year, and the MCU didn't even make it. It's Deadpool 3. All the other movies got canceled for random different reasons, including there was a strike this year or last year also. Let's not ignore that happened. But, yeah, a lot of the other shit just got canceled for whatever the reason is. Because it was doing bad, because they was turning everything female-based. How did Joe Biden get into office? Because we had a whole bunch of black people that was like, oh, we're gonna have a black female president. Woohoo! What has she done? Every time she talks, she sounds stupid. She can't even speak on politics. Has anybody ever heard her speak on politics yet? I don't think she spoke on politics this whole 3 years she's been in office. Maybe like once or twice, and she doesn't sound like she knows what she's talking about, but she doesn't even speak politics. She's our vice president. The mayor of Chicago gave $95 million to the migrants. That's crazy. 95 couldn't go. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know what to tell you. T-Moto Production says the mayor of Chicago gave $95 million to the migrants. What? 95 mil? It couldn't go to other public services for the residents of Chi? I'm on you with this one. This is a fact. This is a fact. I'm sorry. We got too much already currently going on in America. We have our own immigrants who are legal immigrants that came over here that we need to take care of also. So now we're going to also choose our immigrants that's been here like 4 or 5 years, 6, 7 years. The government's been giving them a hard time. Listen, the government's been giving them a hard time with everything. Everything, giving them a hard time. Then all of a sudden, these new immigrants come over and the government's like, y'all can have everything. Them niggas is pissed too. At least I would be. What the fuck are you talking about? I've been here for 6 years doing all of this immigrant bullshit that y'all want me to do because I want to be a citizen of this damn country because my own country ain't shit. And then y'all got me running and jumping through hoops for 6 damn years, 7 years, however long my family doing this shit. I'm still trying to find somebody to marry. My green card almost ran out on me a couple of times. Y'all dudes is doing me dirty as hell. And then these new immigrants, they don't got to do shit. Nothing. They don't have to learn all of this stuff about America. They don't have to, they don't got to do nothing. And they get a check. And they get a place to stay. These new immigrants. If you know what? I'm just going to leave the country. I'll be back. I'm coming back through Mexico. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If I was somebody that was illegal in America right now, I'd jump on a plane, go across to the other side of the border, and come right back. Just telling you what I do, fam. Tell me where the lie at. If I was in America right now and I was an illegal immigrant, I would jump on a damn plane with me and my other illegal immigrant buddies. We're going to fly across the border. And then we're going to be right back. Tell me where to lie at. Because none of this shit make any sense. The mayor in New York is pissed. All he's doing is complaining about how we don't got money for this and we don't got money for that. Shouldn't agreed to be a sanctuary city. Didn't I tell y'all that was going to happen? Remember when he first agreed to be a sanctuary city? I said they're not going to give him no money. And I said he's going to start complaining about it. Didn't I tell y'all that? I said the Democrats ain't going to give him no money. They're giving all the money to the Ukraine at that time. Is it giving you nothing? What are you talking about? Why would you even agree to that? We going to make you a sanctuary city. All right, so you don't know shit about politics and you're a new dude. And you just assume you got to do it because it's New York. You should have put your foot down. You just said, fuck it. Yeah, this not going to help me get reelected. I'm going to do it on my own. Because now you're still not going to get reelected. But now you didn't put your foot down. So, however you feel about that, Mr. Adams. I would have put my foot down. They would have been like, yeah, we need you to do this thing. Or they would have been like, we're going to send money. I'd be like, so this is how we're going to do it. Hold on, I'm going to tell you about a thing that's about to happen too. So I would have been like, yo, this is how we're going to do it. Y'all got to send the money a month in advance. If y'all don't send the money a month in advance, I don't want to see no boats or no buses with no people pulling up in the city that don't belong here. That's it. Do you know what Eric Adams said he's going to do now? This is how badly this shit's backfired for them. So Eric Adams has said what they're going to do now is if any buses bring any immigrants into the city, they're going to be fining like the bus company like a shitload of money. Like they trying to get all the money back from the bus companies. Yeah, the governor of Texas says don't pull that shit over here. Get them niggas out of here. Yo, so Eric Adams said if any more buses pull up, they finding whoever the bus company is, and they finding them something crazy. So they're gonna try to get the money back from the bus companies. But what did I tell y'all is gonna happen? Fam, I'm pretty consistent with being right, fam. I'm pretty consistent with this shit. And that wasn't even a video I think we was having. I think somebody just came in here and brought it up, so we talked about it. But yeah, I'm pretty consistent, fam. I'm pretty consistent about being right about shit, fam. So yeah, so now he's like, we're gonna find you. You bring any more buses of them damn immigrants, and enough is enough. I can't stand no more. That's what he said. So we're gonna see what happens. But and what I think is gonna happen is I think he knows that they have to bring the immigrants. Like he knows that they have to. You understand? They don't got a choice. So I think his idea is to just get the money back from the company, or at least look like he's attempting to. So he could try to say, look, it's not my fault. Remember, I keep telling y'all, shout out to T-Moto Productions. He said Eric Adams is a puppet clown. He's down in the beginning and now he's crying in the car. That's a fact. That's what I said was gonna happen too. That's what we were saying is gonna happen, isn't it? So hold on. So right now, Eric Adams is trying his hardest to show y'all that he has no control over the situation. That's all he's doing. Right? He has no control over this situation. But I told y'all that already. Remember? Fam, I'm not saying nothing I have not said previously when we bring these topics up. When y'all talking about what is transpiring now. This is shit that I already told y'all was going to happen in this situation. When did they first say it was a sanctuary city? Because I told y'all on that day. Whenever the first mention New York City whenever they first mention cities being a sanctuary city in general, and then when they mention New York, I told y'all that then. So whenever this decision was made, I told y'all that this was going to happen. And that's a fact. That's a fact. He crying in the car. I told you it was going to happen. He not one of them. He just trying to be down. Stop trying to be down with people when you're not one of them. He's not one of them. He's not a politician, fam. They tricked him. But that's what I told y'all from the rip. They tricked him. They tricked him, fam. He got tricked. It's what it is. He got to have to eat that loss. He's not going to win another election. And he's not. Like, first of all, they set him up to get elected by making sure that he didn't run against anybody. He didn't run against anybody. Who he ran against? The dude that was the angel, who's that dude, that super old guy? I forgot what you call those guys. They be on the street in the subway and shit. Anyway, so he was running against that guy. Like, who was he running against, fam? I should have run against him. I could have possibly won. Not even capping. Two number one trains collided in the subway tunnel on the Upper West Side. That's crazy. This happened a couple of days ago. How they collide? I don't even want to know. Curtis Silva. Yeah, Guardian Angels. That guy. Yeah. No, Curtis Silva. That guy. Yeah. Like, he was running against that guy. Like, at that point, it's not even a coin toss, man. It's not even a coin toss at that point. It's like that Curtis Silva guy. He just can't win. There's no way he's going to get any black votes. How is he going to win? Black people don't F with him at all. This is New York City. Those dudes was beating up black people in the trains during the 80s. All right? For everybody that don't know, those guys used to be in the trains on the 80s, and they used to be beating people up. And a lot of times they were instigating the situation. You understand? It was hard being black in New York City during the 80s. It became easier during the 90s. But during the 80s, it was hard, fam. Remember Bernard Getz situation? Go look that shit up for everybody that don't know. I'll type his name in the chat. Getz, right? Yeah, spell it like that. Remember Bernard Getz? Go look him up. I don't got to cap about nothing. It was hard, nigga. Yeah, just random people on the subway shooting black folk and getting away with it. It was hard out there. It was hard out there, man. But no, I get situation. Anyway, in any regard. So yeah, those Guardian Angels used to be in the train, like beat niggas up and shit. Old people love them though. I ain't gonna lie. Because when you just beating up kids, man. But the point in which I was making is they were beating up the people now that is the voting age. Like these people now, we know better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those people that loved what you was doing, they long gone. They were old when you was doing that bullshit in the 80s. So now the people that know what you was doing, now they are voting age. You was never gonna win, fam. It wasn't gonna happen. Oh no, God. I don't even think he thought he was gonna win. He was just happy to be running. It's a tax write-off. Especially if you got bread, because then you can loan yourself money without any interest. It's like weird and shit. Then you could like pay it. So you know, it's money laundering, not money laundering. But it's a tax scam. You know what I'm saying? There used to be this dude named Ross Perot, and he used to run for the presidency all the time. He used to run for the presidency all the time. His name was Ross Perot. He was like some Texas billionaire. And I didn't know why he used to run all the time when I was a kid, because I was a kid. This is like the 80s. I'm like, why is this guy running? No, don't nobody even know who this dude is. He isn't even a politician. He's just some random billionaire or some shit, random guy with a lot of money. Apparently, you know, every time he runs, he was, you know, loaning himself money And like the way it works is like I don't know exactly the way it works, but basically it's a tax loophole that now you get to write the money you loaned yourself off on taxes. So you save that money in taxes, but you also, it's like crazy. He ran as an independent, paper, and he ran it. So he was just getting incredible tax breaks. So basically, you know, every 4 years he will run again because the tax breaks were so incredible. It was like he's making millions and millions, he's saving millions and millions and millions and millions every time he runs. He's saving 250 million, 500 million. He's saving. He's writing that shit off on taxes and all this other shit. So yeah. Like a lot of loopholes and shit. Shout out to Ross Perot. He was funny as shit too, by the way. Funny as shit. Because he was definitely. What up? We doing the show right now. What's good?
Okay. Hey, I'm on my way towards you right now.
Copy. I'm copy. I'm gonna be ready.
It's good. You ain't even got a we ain't ready. We slept in the damn car. All right.
Later. All right, yeah. So that's some of the stuff that I was telling y'all we got going on. They about to come pick me up now. So keep trying to tell y'all, you hate the wrong nigga, fam. You hate the wrong nigga, fam. Y'all really out here hating the wrong dude, fam. Y'all really associating with y'all hating the wrong dude, fam. I don't know no better way to say that. Anyway, they gotta come pick me up now. I got everything ready. I think I got everything ready. I got everything ready. I was ready yesterday. Let's go. Keep telling y'all hating on the wrong dude, fam. Let's go. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Ross Perot. He was funny as shit. He was so funny. I think Saturday Night Live did Ross Perot skits. Hold on, let me just check. I'm not gonna actually show the video, but I'm gonna check real quick. Saturday Night Live Ross Perot skit. Yeah, they got multiple Ross Perot skits. What the fuck? I didn't press no button.
Viewer discretion is advised.
It's just my phone just does that. They have multiple Ross Perot skits. Look, multiple. It's funny as shit. Yes, sir. T-Moto, appreciate you. Thanks for showing up. Always appreciate you when you're in my chat. There's some of y'all guys that when y'all pull up in my chat and y'all chat, it invigorates me. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. I love you guys. Appreciate you for pulling up. Hope everything is working well with you and yours. And I hope you are feeling better, my brother. Godspeed. 1 second. Keep telling y'all, you hating on the wrong nigga, fam. You hating on the wrong one, fam. We working over here, fam. You hating on the wrong one. Told y'all, I said in the beginning of the year, right? It's the 7th. I said beginning of the year, right? It's the 7th. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. What you doing today? It's raining, right? I'm just gonna throw them dog jump off somewhere. All right. Shout out to Brandon Washington. Salute. We got Brandon Washington up in the house. All of the things. It's a beautiful day today, man. There's good things happening. Yeah, I would just not ever vote Democrat until we get some Republicans in the office and have some of these just laws and some of these mandates changed. I'm sorry. That's just something that we need.
Thing is, for sanctuary cities and states, They complain about the cost, but they continue to add services. I want to show you California. As of yesterday, California has added a healthcare benefit for migrants. They are now going to extend free healthcare to migrants between the ages of.
That's going to cost $2.6 billion.
To migrants between the ages of 26 and 49. That's going to cover 700,000 additional people and cost the state $2.6 billion each year.
I'm no genius, but something tells me if something's supposed to be free, it shouldn't have a cost.
Okay, so that wasn't a good point that he just made, but I'm going to make an even better point. I'm going to actually make an incredible point here. So California is making their state unlivable. They raised minimum wage to $25 or some shit like that, right? Whatever they raised the minimum wage to. What that did is that's going to send the price of everything up. Pay attention. If the price of everything goes up, guess what else goes up? The taxes that every individual company pays to the government. If the taxes of every individual company goes up that they pay to the government, and now you still got to also raise the rates of all of the people that work for you now because the minimum wage is raised, what do you think is going to happen to the products and to the services that you have to purchase? What do you think is going to happen? All the products and the services that you have to purchase in California, the prices of those are going to go up, right? So now tell me who makes anything off of this? Because your money is still going to move the same, if not worse. Because the value has just went down of your money because the cost of everything else has went up. So who's the only people that benefit from this? The government. Why is that? Because everybody's taxes go up. So this is when I say the Democrats just be tricking y'all and ain't nobody paying attention. This is what I mean. I hope I explained that well. BW said gas is like $5 here a gallon. That's crazy. Fam. They're making it unlivable. They want y'all to move out of California. Copy? Now they're bringing in the migrants who they are helping. All right, that's what it is. So they brought in the migrants who they are helping with billions of dollars. Pay attention. Know when you're wanted. The Democrats are removing us, not the Republicans. Stop thinking they all work together. The Democrats have tricked you. The devil's greatest trick is to convince the world that they didn't exist. The Democrats have tricked you. I'm not saying they both aren't up to nefarious purposes. I'm saying right now, the one that we're suffering from is the one that the Democrats have heaped onto us. That's what I'm saying. Shoot. Niggas better start paying attention, man. Y'all gotta keep voting Democrat, keep voting Democrat, keep voting Democrat. And all that's gonna happen is you're gonna keep putting yourself in a situation that's gonna be undesirable. This is not winning situations, fam. Why the Democrats more want to spend money more on getting teaching our children about quite possibly maybe a different gender than they want to spend on, let's say, housing the homeless, our own homeless, or making sure everybody eat, our own people eat, because they are making sure that the migrants eat, and they are making sure that the migrants have homes. You ask yourself about the Democrats yet, or everybody's just still, blinded? You know what conversations I try to stay away from? I try to stay away from conversations where people are saying that I have to side with black people because I'm also black. I try to stay away from those conversations. I'm going to tell you why. One, I'm a son of God. I don't side with people based on the line of race. I side with people based on, are you for God or are you against them? That's what I side with people for. Do you embrace God's word or do you repel it? If you repel God's word, I don't care what race you are, I don't really want to deal with you. If you embrace God's word, then I'm definitely ready to listen to you and I want to know what you're about. If you don't know God's word, you can still be a person that want to embrace it. I'm not saying somebody that's perfectly versed in the Bible. I'm just saying somebody that wants to find the Lord and how he exists inside of themselves. And that person that want to see how God works in their life, that want to be a part of the grand plan that God has for all of us. I don't need you to right now know everything about anything. I just need you to have that want and that will. Now, the people that don't want to F with God, that don't want to be on the side of the Most High, that don't want to hear the Lord's words, and obviously I'm against them. I'm against you. I'm not indifferent. I just want to be clear on this. If you are against the Lord, I am against you. I am not indifferent. T-Moto said, we got to get off that color thing. It's either you human or you not. Scrap color. Scrap the, I can't see, I think that word scrap. I agree with you. So I don't side with people based on whether they black or based on whether whatever the fuck, because that don't mean anything. Are you out here, are you with God? Is the Lord word important to you? Do you want to do the Lord's works? Or are you out here trying to be a speed bump for other people's lives? Are you out here and basically all of your motivations are selfish? You know how selfish this shit is to try to stop somebody from helping other people? Just think about that for one moment. How selfish that is. How narcissistic that is. That you're going to get in the way of somebody trying to help other people. Just think about that. So yeah, I don't know. And I know that upsets a lot of black people because they say, oh, you're not black. And I'm like, well, first thing we got to understand is, you know, not all skin folk is kinfolk. So, fam, you know that like I know that. I'm not saying that I would prefer to work with other people. I'm just saying I would literally prefer to do stuff with black people first and foremost, whatever it might be. I'm saying that that is not an option. Because I'm not going to choose a person because they are black. I'm going to choose a person because of who they are. Now, I meet somebody who is not black and they have the qualities that I admire in them. Of course, I am then going to admire them. I'm not going to say, you know what? That person got all of the dopest qualities in the world, but they ain't black. What the kind of sense does that make? This is crazy. Anyway, and remember, I'm also a person that thinks that you should always love whatever it is that you are a part of. I love black people to death. I love us. 90% of the commentary that we have over here that we be speaking about when we're talking about uplifting any people, it be about uplifting black people. That's just a fact. That can't even be of question. It's just a fact. Do I talk about how badly I get treated by our people? I get treated bad by our people. In the neighborhood I live in for like 2 years, maybe it's just stopped happening as bad as of recent. But the neighborhood that I live in right now in Coney Island, the black women that walk past me used to just curse me out. I don't even know why. They should just, I guess because that person lied to people and told people I was after little kids or some shit. So all the black women around here, not all the black women, a lot of black women around here, this was treating me like trash, while the white women were extremely nice to me. So how am I supposed to feel? Just asking. How am I supposed to feel? For like 2.5, 3 straight years, black women would just treat me like garbage for something that ain't even true. And other races of women were treating me nice. How am I supposed to feel? I don't know. Put it in chat. Let me know. I want to know how am I supposed to feel. Just saying. Anyway, I got to get ready. As y'all heard, I got somebody that's going to be pulling up on me in about 10, 15 minutes, and I got to get up out of here. So I got to get ready. I still got a little bit of stuff that I need to get done. Everybody in the chat, I salute to everybody that pulled up this morning. I appreciate y'all. I salute to everybody that dropped something in the Cash App or the PayPal. That was 0 people. But salute anyway. Shout out to everybody that hit the like button. And let's go over this last poll for one last moment. It says, who you voting for? We have Biden at 30%, Trump at 28%, 16% said they wouldn't vote, and 27% said they just want to see the results. So that's what we have right now. I'm going to end it so y'all can see it for yourselves, all the results. You see, we can see all of the results. 64 people actually voted. Everybody just have a blessed day. Godspeed, as always. When we go out in the world, please try to find something to do that is magnified in something good, and then use that opportunity to magnify the Lord's name. You know, do something good in the world and then attach God to it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.